Howdy, everybody. Battleborn. Just wanted to touch on a little bit of issues tonight. Something that I've been seeing for a little while, but never really had the chance to hear much of anybody talk about. It's been hit on a little bit, but it just has not been really discussed. And one thing that I've been seeing lately is the fact that these clubs are forgetting their supporters. Back it up, cat. These clubs are forgetting their supporters. They're too big for their britches and their own good. And it's hurting the supporters, whether in the support group or independent supporters. Either way, most of the club's finances normally comes from the supporters. They spend a lot of money at their deal, their events. They make sure things are taken care of every day. And a lot of times it's a thankless job. I've been seeing a lot of people get torn up because they're not in an actual major club. I've heard people get torn down because of sitting there saying, "Oh, well, you're just a supporter. You're not important." Whoever said that should be kicked in the head because they're lying to you. Being a supporter means you're one of the greatest assets the biker community's got. If it wasn't for the supporters, 90% of these clubs would not even exist. Whether it be a riding club or a diamond club, one percenters, outlaw club, what have you. If it was not for the supporters, most of these clubs would fail and fail miserably. And they know it. I wasn't going to do a live video for a while. I was just going to take a break for a little while, just kind of see how the other videos go and everything like that. Just kind of take a little break. But I was going through some of the older videos, of some of the people that I follow. and some of the other videos on YouTube and throughout the community. It always been hit on about the supporters. How a lot of supporters are losing faith because they don't get appreciated. If you're a supporter, whether you're in a support club or an independent supporter, my hat's off to you. You got a hard job. A lot of the BS falls down on you guys more than the regular big clubs do. There's more that's asked of you than a lot of the others. Y'all make sure that you're at every event, every club event, every run, every, market, what have you. You're taking your time out every day to do the right thing, to show your support for the clubs. You give everything you got. And most people stick up their nose at you. These clubs forgot how it was. What it felt like to be hungry, to do whatever they needed to do to get the bills paid. The supporters know what it feels like. They're hungry, but they're hungry to prove themselves worthy, to show that they are strong in their beliefs and they support the clubs that they are. Now, I'm not a smart dude. I do make mistakes throughout these years, but you know what? We all make mistakes. I don't speak on these things because this is something that I've read somewhere or I've heard someone talk about. I speak because I've lived these. I've been in everybody's shoes. I've been from a hang around to a vice pres to a president. I've had everything you can do in the biker community throughout these years. Some major clubs, some local clubs. I've been in a sport club. So I don't just speak because I read it somewhere or I watched it on YouTube. When I came into the biker community, there was no internet. There was no YouTube. The biker community was still young. Yeah, it's been around for a few decades, but still, they're still very young. Oh, if you ever find y'all want best copy other than that Starbucks crap, find your Dutch brothers. They are by far the best. They are 1,000 times better than Starbucks will ever be. I don't know how far they go out towards the East Coast, but over here, it's abundant. And I'd love to have Starbucks be a sponsor. Heck yeah. I would rather walk 1,000 miles to get Dutch Brothers than to walk next door to get Starbucks. All right, hold on. I forgot to plug in my laptop. There we go. Like I said, I'd rather walk 1,000 miles to get Dutch Brothers than to walk next door to get Starbucks. But back as I was saying, I don't sit there and speak on any of these bikers' issues from my ass. I speak it because I've lived it. I've lived it for many, many, many decades. I came into the community when everybody stood by each other. Yeah, there were some diehard Harley riders, that only rode nothing but Harleys and dogged you because you didn't ride one. There still is. But more so than not, we rode what we rode, whether it be a Triumph, Norton, Suzuki, Honda, all those others. There's a lot of tons of motorcycle companies that don't exist anymore. If they do, they aren't in this country anymore. But sorry, my put this in the freezer for a little bit and I stuck it in too long. I'm drinking a blended caramel macchiato. And here comes my cat to make his debut again. See, I told you. Don't think about taking my cup, bud, or my straw. Love you, big guy. Yeah, this is my buddy Garfield. He's about almost 9 years old now, and you're too young to have coffee, bud. And what is my rules about being on the table? He's my buddy. He's my baby. He had to make his debut again on the video. By head. You know my rules about you being on the table, butthead. But anyway, one of the things that I've been seeing is the fact that a lot of these people are losing their faith in the clubs. Are you comfortable, butthead? Why don't you say something to the people right there? Look over there. Look. Look. That's you. No, not there. Look up here. Look up. Look up here. See, that's you. That's you right there. Yes, that's you right there. Look, right here. What? That's you right there. Look, that's you. Not my finger, butthead. This is just my finger. I love you. Anyway, in improv, you're not getting my copy, and you ain't getting my straw. Don't try it. See, my cat, he don't have those expensive toys. Where he has are these straws. He plays fetch with them, just like a dog. And that's what he wants. He wants my straw. But you ain't getting it, bud. Oh, there you go. Oh, yes. Oh, my big boy. Ah, 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 ah. Thank you, butthead. All right. Sorry. Like I said, my butthead decided to pop his 2 cents in. But you dominant. One thing that I want to see happen again is y'all get back to your roots. There is so much politics going on in this crap. It is sickening. Excuse me. It is weaning out the people. Y'all are losing their support. Not just from the support groups, support clubs, support people, but y'all are losing the support of the community. I've said this before. Where the clubs don't get their sides out. All they see, well, I should say, all the community sees is what the news tells them. The news is paid for by the government. Government has been trying to shut us down for a long while now. Look at Texas, my home state. The profiling going on. All that mess that's going on right now with the law against us bikers. More and more people out there are walking away from the clubs because the clubs are not speaking on their behalf. When I was growing up, I was always told if you want to know something, ask. How can we learn? How can we not learn something if we don't ask? Are we going to sit there and be put in the fire because we don't stand up and tell our side of the story. You get into a fight with somebody, you're in the right. You're defending yourself, but you're getting arrested because you're not putting your side of the story out. You're not giving your side why you kicked the person's head in, why he's all bloodied up. Do you go down swinging? Or are you going to just bend over and take it up? My thought on that, simple. I'll tell the cops exactly why I kicked the crap out of that dude. I don't have a problem telling them. And I don't talk to cops. I don't care for them. Never have, never will. I do have a few, of respect for a few because they've earned it. But all the information that they get is on a need to know basis. They don't need to know, and it keeps me in the good. I could get some WD-40 oil my seats again. But I would love to see these clubs get back to the roots. Get back to why we were created. Why we put on our leathers. Why we go out there on that blacktop, ride the two wheels, wind in our face, sounds of the roars of our motors. I'm going to hit on that subject more later. I'm going to do a whole complete video just of getting back to our roots. Because that's something that needs to be talked about also. Every club needs to go back to the founding fathers. Go back to where everything was brought up and brought out through the tables. When the founding fathers sat there and said, you know what? We're not going to live by your rules. We're going to live free. We're going to ride free. We're going to do wherever we want. We all want to da da da. You know, there was no politics whatsoever in this. even when I started many, many decades ago. Yeah, we had our drama. Yeah, we had our fights. Yeah, we dealt with our things. We weren't always good, but we did more good than bad. The clubs were in sync with the supporters. The supporters were held high. Now, because their britches are too big, they need to be knocked down a little bit. They need to be humbled. I'm all for the supporters, you know, because they are a vital role in our biker community. And again, supporters, whether you're in a support club or an independent supporter, my hat's off to you. I'm glad, thankful you're around. Y'all do an amazing job. If no one ever's told you this before, you're hearing it now. I'm thankful to having y'all around. Like I did, y'all are vital importance. Without y'all, most of these clubs would have failed long ago. And some of them are still failing because they are too big for their britches and they are losing the support on so many different levels. You clubs, big clubs, y'all need to sit down, take your supporters, and thank them for the jobs they do. Look at where y'all are at right now. Would y'all be where y'all are at right now if it was not for the supporters? That's my question to y'all right there. Would y'all be where y'all are right now if it was not for the supporters? Do y'all think you can get as big as you are without them? I'm not going to answer that question because I already know the answer, and so do you. But I'd love to hear y'all's comments. You know, I'd like to hear y'all's voice. You know, I think we're going to hit more about hitting our roots for a moment. We need more support. We need to get back to our roots. We need to sit there and get ourselves out of this political bullcrap that we face right now. Because all this politics and crap is killing the biker community. I see clubs sitting there just caring about the numbers, how much numbers you can get. Even if the person's a bad apple, breaking the law, openly breaking the law. Child abusers, woman abusers, people that stolen from the club, they get kicked out, only be brought back in. I tell you, anybody that stole from me better make sure that their hands are iron because I'll be breaking every bone in their hands. I hate thieves. I don't care how big or bad you are. I'll break your hands. Can't stand liars. Don't care for them. Don't have a place for them. If you're a child abuser, I'll beat the crap right out of you, and I don't care if you're having sex with your priest. If you're a child molester, oh, that's a whole different subject there. I'm old school. I'm not afraid of what the cops will do. Last time I came against a child molester, I asked the cops, give me 5 minutes with the dude. And this was in the court. Carpy's playing with his little rapper. Cop sat there and he asked me, he goes, you know what you're asking? And I leaned into him and I said, do you know what I'm asking? Give me 5 minutes with him. That's all I'll need. Well, come on, bud. Oh, my boy. My cat don't need all these expensive toys. They're wasting money. You give him a box, he's happy go lucky. You give him a wrapper, like what he's playing with right now, he's happy go lucky. You give him one of these little straws, He's happy go lucky. He will fetch it. He will sit there and fling it through the air like a ball. He will sit there and play it like a dog. And I just love it. Best entertainment I could ever watch. Watching him play. But like I said, we need to get back to our roots, bikers. We need to build back that brotherhood where it meant something. We need to stand up for ourselves once again. We need the backing of the community. We need the backing of the supporters. We need to get back to ourselves. I don't have a problem sitting down with any club, whether it be one of the biggest dominant clubs out there to the little local clubs. I've got friends in all nations, both riding clubs and outlaw clubs, one percenters. I've got family in both. Now it's playing the straw. But see, I'm not into the politics crap. The reason why I became a biker for was because the politics was corrupt. Politicians did their best to try to kill me when I was little. Leos, same thing. They try to use me as a lever because we had a painting that my uncle did while he was in prison. Had some vital information. The paintings that we had weren't at our house. Once they got to our house, my cousin took them and hid them. He gave them to somebody else. That's why I became a biker for, because the bikers, the only ones that came and saved me, the one percenters, the only ones that came and saved me. Everywhere I went, I didn't have to worry about a thing. because I knew just around the corner there was a biker waiting, making sure that I was there safe. I had escorts to school. I had 40 or 50 brothers, sisters bring me to school because of the death threats that I had. Like I said, I came into the biker community when being a biker meant everything. I mean, there was kids when they seen a biker right through there, everybody wanted to be a biker. I mean, it was so cool. Everybody thought that being a biker was the best thing in the world, above being a police officer, above being a doctor, above being a technician, above being all of those things. Being a biker was the most things that everybody wanted to be. I mean, everybody looked up to the bikers and said, "Well, yeah, we just love you. We just love you." Even though they were outlaws, even though that we stood out, even though we were grungy, we were dirty old bikers. Everybody wanted to be us. Everybody wanted to be like us. Everybody wanted to be just like us. They could not wait to go out there and get their two wheels and experience the freedom of the open road. You sit there and go out on those miles and miles and miles. They couldn't wait to get their cut. They did the hang around, they did the prospecting, they sat there and they earned their battle scars. You know, I remember my best scar. Every now and then I still feel it. But now, last couple of decades, because of all the politics going around in these clubs, more and more people are turning away from being a biker. More and more people are walking away from that lifestyle. Why? Why is everybody losing faith in being a biker for? Simple. There's no loyalty anymore, no trust, no honor, no respect. There's definitely no freaking loyalty. Those things right there, honor, respect, trust, loyalty, honor. Right. Yeah. honor, trust, loyalty, respect. You get it. Anyway, all of those key elements right there is what our founding fathers created. Back when I grew up in the earlier years, we rode and we rode free. We rode our heads up high. We rode through town. We rumbled these windows. We rumbled these streets. We sat there and we rode with pride because we seen the eyes of everybody. Everybody in the community sat there and said, "Hey, how you guys doing?" They shook our hands. They greeted us. Yeah, granted, there are some that were afraid of us because they didn't know better. But we were still highly respected. We were still highly respected. Now, I'm laughing at all these bikers. Most of these clubs, and the funniest ones that I'm laughing at are these Leos. And for those that don't know what Leo is, it's not a zodiac sign that I'm talking about. I'm talking about the law enforcement officers. Those little idiots have been trying to be like us for years. Now, because of the old school bikers allowing them, there's even Leos that have portrayed to be in clubs, 1% clubs. Now that's an oxymoron in itself. Because if you're going to be an outlaw biker, you're going to be a 1%er, you're going to be 1%er all the way. Not when it only suits you. You law enforcement idiots need to stand down because y'all break the law far worse than any of us bikers have ever done. Y'all have been caught many times over. Y'all are into some really sick, twisted shit, just far, far bad. But y'all's problem is that y'all sit there and portray being a 1% biker club. You put on that three-piece patch. You act big and bad. You act all so heavy. You're all this, you're all that. Then, when it comes time to face a real 1%er, you pull out your badge and sit there and say, okay, you're under arrest. Da, da, da. No. You need to get your heads kicked in and you need to take it like a man. You're in our territory. Our territory. You're trying to be one of us. Just because you carry that little badge and a gun, it don't mean crap. Back in my day, When you got in trouble and you got your ass kicked, you took it, even if you were a Leo. Especially if it was the Leo that started it. Now we did our time, yeah, but it was well earned. Back then, you little Leo peons weren't trying to infiltrate being a 1% club. Y'all didn't sit there and find us so attractive that you wanted to be us. If you gave us respect, we gave you respect. But if you came in acting big and bad, we asked you, are you big and bad? You big boys out there, you big boy clubs, where are y'all's heads at? Where's y'all heads at? Look at what's going down in our community. Look at where things are heading right now. Are we going to keep continuing to stand up and allow this to happen? Or are we going to take back our streets, take back our community, get back the support of our community? Without the supporters, we're nothing. Without the supporters, we are nothing. And y'all know it. I don't want to see our lifestyle disintegrated because of all the politics. You know, I'm going to do a video. My next video, I think, it's going to be a colorful one. I haven't seen any videos of this one yet, so I don't know how well received it's going to be, but something that needs to be talked about. And that is the ladies of the MC. Whether you're an old lady, whether you're a property of, you're a lady rider, any of those categories all roll up into one. And y'all know my views of you ladies, and I love y'all. Without y'all, we wouldn't exist. Y'all are life bringers. But I know there's some of these old ladies that get their britches in a bunch. They use fear and intimidation. It shouldn't be. But anyway, been this video has been a long drawn out video. Like I said, I didn't want it to be this long, but just some things just rile me up. And I ain't one to hide how I feel. Bikers, old school bikers, major dominant, little dominant. We need to get back to our roots. Bring back our way of life. These new school kids, they need us to show them what it was like to be a real biker. We need to show the new school what it was like, what it really means to be on two wheels, to be out on those rims. Just look at some of the old videos that I've got. It goes more into detail about that. Ladies, I really hope that you're watching these videos, that y'all share this, especially. Next video I'm going to do. I may do one later tonight, I may not. Because this one's been long drawn out as it is. Anyway, I'm proud to be here with y'all. I'm proud to sit there and call you family. Two wheels, three wheels. Nope. As long as the two wheels are behind you, like a normal trike, because I know there's a lot of medical people that can't ride a two wheel. Those bikes with the two wheels in front, that's a snowmobile with birth defect. But anyway, either way, it don't matter, as long as you ride and you enjoy your life, that's all that matters. But on that note, I'm going to end this video and say good night to y'all. Love y'all. If you like what you see, please like and subscribe. Share this video with your friends, family. Don't be afraid to speak up. No matter what you put on that page, on my page right here in the comment section, no matter what it is, I ain't going to belittle you. I'll sit there and I'll talk with you. Anyway, love y'all. Night. Shout out to all the military, all our vets, all our new recruits that are going into boot camp now, the ones that will serve later on. Y'all rock. Peace. Good night. Remember, Rover sat down between the ditches. Enjoy the breeze. Stay safe. Love hard. Love free. Ride free. Don't be afraid to go back to your roots. What got you into riding motorcycles to begin with? What got y'all to be in the clubs to begin with? A hearty salute to every member of the service right now. A hearty salute to all our vets. I love you. My heart goes with you guys every day. Every day I pray for y'all. Every day I'm here for y'all if you ever need me. I know what it feels to have no one. The only person I've got here is my cat. He does a damn good job helping me out. I'm here for y'all. Anytime, day or night. Anyway, night, y'all. Hula que canesta. Means good night. Peace.